Hey everyone, this time on Tim Talks Audio, how to do the car test without printing your mix. We've all done it before. You're working on a project and you're like, this sounds great. Then you take that and you bring it out to the car and something is amiss. There's way too much low end. It's way too dark. There's not enough low end. There are so many different things that come across and what we call translation, how your mix in your room will sound on other systems. This is sometimes handled by a mastering engineer, but really we should get it right in our room. Talking about room treatment and room correction software is something for a different video. But what we can do is actually use other systems that we already have using things we already have and a free app. This video is not sponsored by this app, and this is just my opinion on it. And there are others like it out there, but the big draw to this is it's free. It's called SonoBus. Let's see how we set it up by diving into the DAW. Okay, so here we are in some writing session that I have open. You've heard this one before. So what you need to do is first go to the SonoBus website, which there'll be a link in the description. And like I said, there's no affiliate or anything. There's just going to be an easy to access link down below. And you're going to download on your machine the appropriate installer for your computer. And you just want the standalone player is cool, but you also need the plugin version. After you've downloaded and installed the plugin, just go to either your mix bus, but I like to do this on my main output. And the reason I do it over here is I'm not going to hear anything that's going on my listen bus because that's just for what I'm having in my room. But it is going to have any of my mix bus processing, and if I'm doing maybe some pseudo mastering where I have like a limiter on my main bus, I can go to the post section here and it will send all of those signals through the plugin. So let's pull it open right now. When you open up SonoBus, this is what you see. And there's a couple things that I'm going to tell you to change as soon as you open up the plugin. First, you don't need to send multi-channel because we're not doing any kind of remote tracking or anything like that. We're just going to be checking our mixes. So we're going to change this to send stereo. Next, what you want to do is go to the gear icon here, and there's a lot of things that go on underneath here, but what we're going to do is change our default send quality, which by default is 96 kilobits per second per channel. But we're just going to change this because there are lots of options. And you'll have to play around with this on your system and your internet connection. If you're hardwired like I am, you can go all out. Or if you're really close to your Wi-Fi, maybe just a step down. But you can see we can go all the way up to PCM 32-bit float or PCM 24. We can do MP3 style at 128 kilobits per second or 256. I'm going to go full on with PCM 32-bit because, like I said, I'm hardwired and I have a direct line to my network. So that's all we really need to check inside the gear. Now we can set up the session, and it's very easy to do this as well. You hit the big connect button and you'll see that it gives you this. So you can create a private group or public groups, but we're just going to do private for now. And you can randomize the group name, but this is what you're going to use to connect to your machine and listen to your mix somewhere else. And we're going to get to that in just a second. So I'm just going to call this one Tim Talks Audio, of course. And I'm also just going to change my name because down here, I'm just going to put DAW because that's what this one is. It's the send from the DAW. Now I can hit connect to group and it's waiting for anybody to join. Now we get to the second half. Okay, we've set up the DAW version. Now we're going to set up the remote part. And that's when you grab your phone. Go into whatever app store you use on your device, and you're going to look for SonoBus. After you've downloaded the app, it's real easy. Here, I'm going to show you on screen. You open up the app, and after it goes through its load process, which should be pretty quick, you see a very similar looking screen. What it will do automatically is mute your microphone and the output because it doesn't want to create a feedback loop. We're going to go to connect. And you can see I've used this a few times before, but I'm going to go to private group. In here, you change your room name. And then I'm just going to leave this as phone because this is my remote client, where on my machine, I put DAW. Once I connect, the screen changes, and now I'm going to get the output from my DAW. Watch, I'm going to mute my speakers in here, and I'm going to hit play. Now I can take my phone and go to another room and reference how it sounds on my phone. If you really wanted, reach into your pocket and pull out your AirPods or whatever headphones you want to connect to your device. This gives you so many flexible options of checking your mixes across different platforms. The last thing you're going to want to double check is on your phone is just to mute your own microphone, because there's no reason for you to send your microphone back to the DAW. It's not going to affect your mix, but if somebody was in your house and you start making some noises and the speakers are on, you're going to scare them, essentially is what's going to happen. Now with this, because we're pushing audio over the internet, you may or may not experience some jitters, and that is really dependent on your internet connection from both your machine as well as your mobile device. That's going to change, so you might get a couple little hiccups. But again, depending on your internet speeds, it should lock in after about a second, and you can listen to the entirety of your mix. If you really need to, just pull where your playhead starts back a little bit, and it'll give it enough time to do that catch up, and then you can listen to your mix from there. So there's other services out there that offer something similar. You may have heard of Audio Movers before, and that is a paid version of this that does have a few more options, or a few different options, I should say. I haven't really dug too far in to SonoBus because with just a couple tweaks, as you saw, you can get going right away. And I can't tell you how many times this has helped me where I'm not in front of my machine and I get a change from an artist or a client, and I need to be able to hear what that change is and make sure that it's accurate. Or I've been working with one of my students where I've been teaching them maybe how to mix or how to arrange or something like that. And I can listen to their session through my earbuds or through my computer and hear it in my system. This is so powerful where I am able to hear what they hear at the same time, maybe with a little bit of latency because we're using the internet. But a small amount of latency to be able to hear everything that they hear is well worth the price. Did I mention the price? SonoBus is free. That's right, free. The app is free for both the machine and your phone. So there's no reason to not try this. That's all for now. If you found anything informative, please like and share the video. For booking information or for lessons, check out timflansbaum.com. And if you have a question, ask it in the comments and I'll answer it in a future video. Thanks for watching.